Hi guys, and welcome back to Bookish Chaos. I'm Shay. Obviously, today we are going to talk about Breaking Away by, I'm just going to put her name here because I'm going to butcher it. She's a South Asian author who writes about South Asian women. And I believe that they are usually plus size because I believe she is also a plus size author. So she wrote, it's one of those write the people that you are into your own books kind of a thing. So I did get this as an art copy. Life changes happened, so I didn't get this video out, but I did get my Amazon review out before it was released. It is on Kindle Unlimited. Pick it up. Okay, content warnings, according to her website, are explicit language, social drinking, explicit sexual content, familial pressures to conform, in parentheses, unsupportive parents, the discovery of a cheating ex, brief incident, in parentheses, and the alcohol use disorder of a prominent family member. Main character expresses how it impacted them growing up and has to briefly deal with their parent having a relapse. Okay, so we open on Dimitri, and his coach is like, hey, any bad blood between you and the Blades captain? Like, I need this to be a clean game. And he's like, no, I got no issues. There's a lot of trash talking during this game. One of their players comes at him, but the captain of the Blades, his last name is Smith, his name is Tyler, comes over and calls the guy off, but begins trash talking Dimitri. He noticed Dimitri eyeballing the stands looking for someone and asked Dimitri, are you missing her in the stands? Don't think I haven't seen you notice her when she comes to my games. Dimitri tells him to stop, and he, of course, doesn't. Read from the book. You know the best thing about going home to Orlokov? I'm grinding my teeth so hard that my jaw locks. I'm Vancouver's wall of ice. My head coach's eyes are on me. His expression indiscernible. My teammates are also watching, but keeping their distance out of hearing range. They're not worried. In every other situation, I skip the bullshit and skate away. Every single time. This is the last thing I need right now. You don't care. You don't fucking care. Smith drops one last thing before he skates away, and it breaks a leash I didn't know existed inside me. The benefit is that her fat lips sure know how to suck, if you know what I mean. For the first time in my career, I dropped my gloves first. Oh, I forgot to say that this was a hockey romance. This is a hockey romance, which I didn't think I was going to be into, but I'm actually super into. So then we get Kavi, who is a dark-skinned, curvy South Asian girl, and we immediately learn that she has no self-worth and no self-confidence. We meet her fiance named Tyler Smith, who is a professional hockey player. I wrote, ha ha ha, personal reasons. He's the captain of the team that her dad is the head coach of, the Blades. Okay, as a person who has been emotionally manipulated and also has had no self-worth, it was really, really easy to spot, and it was very well written. And the timeline that it takes for her to come to grips with how she was being treated and who Tyler actually was, the timeline within the book is actually really reasonable as far as like real life healing and dealing with coming to terms with that. I went through that leaving my last relationship. So we learned that she's been with Tyler since they were in high school, and the manipulation started then. He was the popular kid. She was not. He was the one that everyone wanted to get with, and she wasn't. Tyler tells her that she should be happy that he's with her and that he chose to be with her. The history with the guys and her are that Tyler and Dimitri played on the high school hockey team together, and her dad coached their high school hockey team. And that's when she started dating Tyler. So Tyler tells her some bullshit lies about why he fought with Dimitri at this game. And she gets all in her feels because Tyler refuses to hang out with her and is like, I gotta be with the boys, you go home. And so she goes over to Dimitri's hotel to confront him. And he's there looking hot as shit. And she's like, the fuck did you say to Tyler? And he's like, excuse me? And she's like, also, why did you fight with him? And I highlighted, this pipsqueak of a nightmare is assaulting me with her pleading brown eyes. A thigh almost brushes against my leg. Need I remind you that he has been in love with her since they were in high school. Dimitri is pissed that Tyler spun this like Dimitri was saying shit about her and that's why they fought. And he's like, you won't believe me if I tell you the truth anyway. She's like, all I want is the truth. So he angles away from her and video calls Tyler because, they obviously have each other's number. Who's like, what do you want? Losing wasn't enough. And they go back and forth, and it ends with Tyler saying, the best thing about coming to home to her is her fat lips on my eggplant emoji, which she hears. And then Dimitri gets hung up on. So she grabs Dimitri's phone and calls Tyler back, and it's like her face in the camera. And he's like, why are you with Lokov? Not like, oh, I'm so sorry. Did you just hear me talking mad shit about you? So she leaves Dimitri's place in a hurry and forgets her camera there. She goes home to wallow. Her shitty ass parents are like, you need to forgive Tyler. Like, you guys are so good together. He loves you. Blah, blah, blah. Her mom is like, this is what we do. We support our man. And we get what is happening in Dimitri's life because we have a dual POV book, which I actually really like. He's got practice and he's worrying about his knee, and then so he fucked up his knee, and we don't know it at this point, but his dad lost hockey because of an injury and became an alcoholic that Dimitri then spent his entire childhood taking care of. And he's afraid that if he loses hockey because of this injury, that he is hiding from everybody except for his dad. So like his coach, his teammates, everybody. That he will lose hockey and he will be just like his dad. And he gets a text from Kavi asking if he has her backpack with her camera. And then we open on her. She's having a conversation with Tyler on the phone while she sits in a coffee shop. He's trying to be manipulative again because he's shitty. And she gets off the phone and she's crying. And then like a shadow darkens her and she realizes her backpack gets set next to her. And she like wipes her tears off her face. And Dimitri's face is murderous. And I love it. So he gets her to open up and talk about things, and they're on the topic of Tyler, and he knows that she's going to get up, so he hooks his boots around her chair legs so she can't escape. And I was like, I'm really into this. Because he's like, it's not in like a threatening way. It's like you're going to sit here and you're going to tell me why you're upset because you need to talk about it, and I want to murder your fiance. And she's thinking that Tyler is better than her, that she won't find someone better than him. And Dimitri's like, I'm better than him, be with me. And he's like, I mean, oh, I think I forgot to add that part. So she finds out that Tyler was like with another girl. Anyway. And he's like, I mean, be seen with me. Come to a game. And they talk some more, and he saves her from being run over by a car after she's like, I gotta get out of here. And he walks her to her hotel room because the game last night was in Vancouver and she's from Seattle. Her mom is annoying and nitpicking her outfit for the airport because she did agree. Well, she was like, I'll think about it. I'll think about going to your game. And she's dealing with her mom, and her mom is like, wear this nice outfit to get on the airport. And she realizes it's because her parents have set up for Tyler to be at the airport to pick her up. And she texts Dimitri and is like, OMG, save me. And he's like, okay, car will be there in 5 minutes. Be ready. And she's like, Mom, fuck you. I'm not going with you. I'm going to stay here. And she does. And she goes to a game. The car is sent by Dimitri to get her. While in the car, her dad is like, your mom said you aren't coming home, and is being all harassy about Tyler. And the car comes to a stop, and we find out that tonight is an away game. And Dimitri stopped the private jet so that she could make the private jet to go to this game. We get super fun interactions with the team, and I love the team so much. It's a good game, and after they party, while out, they end up all grabby, and Dimitri like gets her up against the wall. And we get this from Dimitri. Her gaze rakes down my torso, stuttering at the state of my pants. No, she breathes. Put that away. Ignore it. Kind of impossible. Kavi gives my cock a withering death glare, then groans. Is it getting bigger? How? What in the physics is this? Her hand circles over it as if securing the perimeter. Sorry, but this is too much. Has anyone ever said that to you? No. Those women were lying. What women? I don't have women. And she's like, liar. He's like, how so? Basra, that's her last name. She points and says, I can tell that's seasoned, unruly, unreasonable. I could never deal with that. I catch her jabby finger before it lands anywhere sensitive. You would learn how to deal with it. And then he asks her, how many inches can you start with? And I died. It was amazing, and I loved it. They don't end up doing it, and she does eventually go home. When she gets home, however, she finds out that her landlord, who is friends with Tyler, is like, you have 2 weeks to get out because I'm going to sell the apartment, which is super rent controlled. That's how she can afford it at this point, because she doesn't have a lot of money and doesn't live with Tyler. So she looks for more permanent jobs because she's really into photography, so she does like freelance photography. And as time goes by, she gets discouraged and in an absolute state of loneliness and no idea what I'm supposed to do. She calls Dimitri and she tries to hide the fact that she's crying, and she refuses to answer when he asks what's wrong. The next day he calls her and he's like, what's wrong? Why were you crying the night before? And she's like, I wasn't crying. Everything's fine. And then like someone knocks on her door and she opens it and there's Dimitri on the phone. She ends up telling him what's going on, and he's like, move in with me. Move to Vancouver and just get your life figured out. He was like, you don't have to pay anything and you can save all the money you make. And he was like, I'm busy with my routine all the time. We'll never see each other. She agrees and secretly moves to Vancouver. She doesn't tell fucking anybody that she's doing this. Her parents, her and Tyler have been broken up at this point for a while. So this is where all the fun things in the book starts to happen. They have bets, they have dares, there's smuttiness, there's falling in love. Okay, so I didn't want to get my feelings all mixed up. So I wrote down my feelings so that I could put them into words. So I wrote, this book is amazing. I love the representation that the author puts in here, and it definitely seems like a write what you want to see with plus size South Asian woman. And in this case, I feel like it works so much in her favor. I'm not normally a light and fluffy love story kind of girl. I like my romance dark. I wrote, I like my romance dark, and my lover's damaged all to hell. But this book may have just sparked my hockey romance curiosity. If you want good representation of beginning with emotional manipulation, gaslighting, and an emotionally abusive person, her getting out of that relationship and the long road to realizing that what you were enduring and how long it takes to heal from that. And I also have personal experience of someone helping you be able to heal with that. It can make the process go a lot smoother. For example, my husband, I am married. I don't even think we were dating at this point. I think we were still, because we have been friends forever. So I think we were still just in the flirty part of the we're both single. Maybe this is more kind of part of our relationship. And I would say things and he would be like, what did you just say? And I would say it again and he'd be like, why would you say something like that about yourself? That's awful. And I'm like, is it? Like, why would I say something like that? And then it would dawn on me that it is things that my ex has said to me about me that got implanted into my head like they were real things. And having him, it made it easier for me to realize that, because to this day, we've been married for, it'll be 2 years this year. 2 years into our marriage, and I will still say something that he's like, no, that's not a thing. That's a him thing. That's not a you thing. So if you want a cute romance read, this is the book for you. If you want hockey romance, read this book. If you want plus size rep, read this book. And read this book and then check out her entire catalog, because she is amazing. I think that's it for this video. I cannot recommend her books enough. She is an amazing author. I apologize for not knowing for sure how to pronounce her name, but I just don't want to butcher it and be really awful. So again, here is the book. You need to read it. Oh my God, it's amazing. Make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel. And I don't share this video if you want to with like your other bookish friends. That'd be great. I will see you guys next time. Bye.